In today's date, everything has gone online. Right from shopping
आलो ले लो कांदे ले लो
to online learning.
पढ़ाई कर रही हो बेटा?
ये पबजी वाला है क्या?
But what kind of language do these devices understand? Do they understand Hindi? कैसे हो? English? Hey, how are you? French? ¿Cómo te levo? Tamil? எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? Kashi? तुम filong? अरे यार, nothing works.
इस वक्त पूरा देश कोरोना वायरस यानी कोविड-19 से लड़ रहा है। इस वक्त पूरा देश कोरोना वायरस यानी कोविड-19 से लड़ रहा है।
Yes, this is the exact language that our devices understand. The language of ones and zeros. For example, if I type the capital letter A on my screen, then the device is going to read 01000001. And these zeros and ones are known as binary numbers. Well, the question is, what lead us to make use of these ones and zeros such that we have the best inventions in today's date owning to these binary numbers? In order to understand this particular concept of ones and zeros, we need to understand a little bit of history. The first ones and zeros were calculated using a vacuum tube. A vacuum tube consists of cathode, grid and anode. A cathode is the one that supplies the electron, a grid is one that is going to control the flow of electrons, and anode is at positive potential. This grid out here is going to act like a switch. When it is positive, it is going to allow the electrons to flow through, and when it is negative, then it is going to block the flow of electrons. As if when the grid is positive, it is going to act like 1, and when the grid is negative, it is going to act like 0. Although they were very much successful in calculating some numbers, but the problem with vacuum tube is that it takes an enormous amount of space to do the calculation that you can do in today's date in your cell phone. Then comes into the picture one of the most important invention of modern day science, the transistor. A transistor is a semiconductor device consisting of an emitter, base and a collector. A semiconductor are of two types. N-type are those that have majority charge carriers as electrons. Hence they are negative. The second one is the P-type semiconductor, where the majority charge carriers are holes. Hence they are positive. And N-type is negative, a P-type is positive. And a transistor is nothing but the combination of this N-type and P-type semiconductor. There are two ways to combine this N-type and P-type semiconductors in order to form a transistor. One is the NPN transistor or the NPN configuration, where an N-type is the emitter, a P-type is the base and the N-type is the collector. The second configuration is the PNP transistor, where the P-type is the emitter, the N-type is the base and the P-type is the collector. When I make up the NPN transistor, then between the N-type and the P-type, a depletion layer is formed. So, until and unless I do not provide a sufficient voltage at the base, then the electrons cannot flow through and it is going to act as if the circuit is open. That is, no conduction is going to take place and the result I am going to get is a 0. And when I provide the necessary voltage to the base, then the electrons can flow through very easily. And the circuit is going to act as if it is a closed circuit. That is, conduction is going to take place and the result that I'm going to get from this is a 1. So this is how I get the ones and zeros using a transistor. Previously when I typed the letter A on my screen, which gave me a combination of ones and zeros, that is 1 0 0 0 0 0 1, which literally means on, off, 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 on. And this is the same component that is present in micro size in your processor, your smartphones, and various other devices that you use to make your life easy. In other words, we are surrounded by transistors, and life without them is unimaginable. Welcome to Physics Hard. So today we have Sir Nawazuddin Siddiqui as a transistor. We have certain set of questions that we would like to ask to Sir Nawazuddin Siddiqui, who is acting as a transistor. So the first question to you is, you being so small and very different from the rest of the electrical components like bulbs, batteries, generators, do you ever felt that you were underestimated?
कि अंडरस्टिमेट होता था पर्सनालिटी को लेके कि तुम तो दिखने में लगते नहीं हीरो जैसे, ये वो। और ये इंडस्ट्री की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, सोसाइटी की प्रॉब्लम है.
One of the biggest problem in research is finance. Have you ever gone through financial crisis during your time of research?
जैसे सबके साथ होता है वैसे मेरे साथ भी, और दिक्कतें फाइनेंशियली काफ़ी आई, बट हम लोग काफ़ी दोस्त थे एक्टर्स कि अगर सपोज मेरे पास उस दिन खाने के लिए नहीं है पैसा तो मैं अपने दोस्त के पास चला गया, 2 दिन उसने खिलाया, उसने हाथ जोड़ लिए, फिर तीसरे के पास चले गए, तो इस तरह चलता रहता था.
When you had just begun as a transistor, you being small and very different from all the components, did they ever replace you?
मुझे हटा के किसी और को ले लिया, तो पार्ट ऑफ प्रोसेस है, और यही तो दिक्कतें हैं, यही तो आती हैं दिक्कतें यार.
So Nawaz, you belonging to the same electrical and electronic industry, what do you have to say about the famous debate regarding Tesla and Edison?
जितना इंडस्ट्री को बदनाम करने की कोशिश की जा रही है ना, वो बिल्कुल ही गलत है. यहाँ पे जिनकी औकात नहीं होती ना, वो भी आके स्टैब्लिश हो जाते हैं यहाँ पे. जिन लोगों के ड्रीम्स होते हैं, खुद की खुजली होती है, वो यहाँ के मिटाते हैं. हर आदमी आज की डेट में चले जाओ, हर आदमी बोलता है मैं टैलेंटेड हूँ. नॉन टैलेंटेड को भी यहाँ स्टार बना देते हैं लोग.
Just few days ago, I met Quantum Computer. He was so much frustrated, and he was complaining that his hard work is not going to get recognized. What do you have to tell him?
डिजर्व करता है, उसको आज नहीं तो कल काम मिलता है. सब्र रखो. आपके अंदर टैलेंट है ना, तो आज नहीं तो कल मिलेगा आपको, और वो पूरी रिस्पेक्ट मिलती है आपको उस चीज़ की.
In your own style, what message do you want to give to all the other electrical components?
कभी कभी लगता है कि पुनीत भगवान है.